Good morning, everybody. Wait for me to get in focus. There we go. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the semi-finals of the European League of Football. We are here in the semis. It is time to get fired up to watch some fucking football. Nordic Storm versus Vienna Vikings. This is the first of the semi-final games. We're going to wait for everyone, obviously, to come into the stream before I start discussing my thoughts and feelings as well. I need to get everything up on the socials. Okay. There's a lot to talk about with this one. There's a lot that can go on. There's a lot that's going to go on. There's a lot that might not happen. There's a lot that maybe we don't know, you know? There's a lot. I'm still watching on my phone because my Wi-Fi is still down. Can you believe that? It's been like a week. I've just changed Wi-Fi providers because it's taken so long for them to fix it. They literally were like, oh, we'll send someone Thursday to fix it. I was like, great. So I waited. I literally didn't go into university to do my work because I needed to stay inside to wait for the Wi-Fi people to come. And then they just didn't arrive. So here I am without Wi-Fi. And they're like, oh, it's an external issue. So we don't need you to be in. I was like, cool, calm. And then they're like, it's an internal issue. We need you to be in. What time are you going to be in on the 5th? Of September. So I won't fucking be here on the 5th of September. So, yeah, they expect me to be even longer without Wi-Fi, and I could not do that. So, switch Wi-Fi providers. We'll see how that works. Maybe we'll have new and updated Wi-Fi for my videos, so I can upload a little bit easier and upload a little bit quicker, because, oh my goodness, my Wi-Fi speed on this current router, when I have to upload a video, even those like 10-minute videos that I make on evals take about 12 hours to upload. It's about an hour per upload minute. So, yeah. Hopefully we won't have to deal with that much anymore. So that'll be good. There's the Austrian flag coming in. They're still in the pre-game. We got a little bit of time. I wish I could plug my phone into my TV or my laptop, because I can't have my screen recorder up when I'm watching the zone. Though it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. This game should be good. I think Vienna are the very clear favourite for me personally. I don't think that's much in dispute. They're playing at home. They've only lost once this season. They're a lot more healthy. What's up? What's up? What's up? No worries, SH. What's up, Ricardo? Good to see you. They got 3 ladies doing the national anthem at the same time. That's pretty cool. Oh, right. I'm shaking out the nerves because I've been looking forward to this game for a while. And if I'm wrong, then boy and Nordic going to make fun of me about that. Nordic, I'm hearing through the grapevine, are very injured. Take that how you will. Maybe you say, oh, well, everyone's injured, you know. This is the playoffs. That's why you have depth issues. But I'm hearing they're very... Is that Ben Stray? I haven't seen Ben Stray in a while. But I'm hearing Nordic Storm have kind of been hit by the injury bug, potentially. So that could be something to look out for. I believe it closing. Let's have a look, see what the betting lines are saying. Let's have a quick look. Where is that? I've got Vienna. I think they're too complete. They're too strong everywhere. They've got a great team overall. They're not just strong in one place, though. They're literally strong everywhere. Okay, so the live odds are telling us that Vienna are a 2.5 point favourite. It's interesting. And the points over under is 52.5. So Vienna is a field goal favourite, essentially. I think they're going to win. I've got them to win on all my predictions. But honestly, Nordic Storm are a very good team. Like, you can't really go wrong with picking a Nordic Storm. I'm a little bit Scared though, because I haven't, and Nordic Storm are very vocal. Apparently, when I said I didn't like partying, some people didn't like that. But I mean, shit, I'm an old-fashioned guy, you know. The game should be starting any minute now. We've got 5 minutes till the kickoff. Want to get a little bit early, build it up a little bit. See now, there's a lot of key players. I'm just seeing Reese Horn come up on the thing. There's so many unbelievably good players for both sides, honestly. I'm interested to see if they did, yeah, I mean, look at the ELO rankings. No chance. Honestly, like, I kind of do agree. And maybe that sounds a little bit crazy. So if we're going ELO, right, Vienna currently have the best ELO rating in the league. Nordic are at 4th. If you are unfamiliar with ELO, it's like chess. You have a score. Every time you play a team, you put up a certain amount of score. Whoever wins takes that score off of you. So, like, and then it's debated on if you're a higher person playing against a lower person, you put more on the line. If you're a lower team playing against a higher team, you put less on the line. Vienna have the highest ELO score in the league, as you can see there, 1633 ELO. I love ELO for PDF for having ELO score. I'm a chess guy. All-time ELO, Vienna are the best team in the league, which I think is very interesting. Because you could say about the East and stuff like that, of course, but like, that's the point. Like, Vienna wouldn't have played the best teams. They're not going to have had put up as many points against these bad teams. So ELO is usually a pretty solid team, a way of looking at who's the best teams. The worst team ever, ELO-wise, is tied between Barcelona and Verherva, which is very, very interesting as well. Oof. Playoff Vienna does hit different, you are right. They're just so good, man. Like, they've just got so much talent. Let me make this screen a little smaller. They've just got so much talent that's unbelievable. Yeah, you're right. They've lost, what, a couple times in the regular season? Was it 3 times in the regular season, I want to say? Let me have a look. Yeah, they've lost 5 games overall. 3 of them in the regular season. They went 10-2, then 12-0, 12-0, and 11-1. So they're a very, very, very good team. This team does not lose very often. They've never lost to a lot of teams. They've lost once to Panthers, which is crazy to me. I don't even remember that game. And they've lost to Surge, Galaxy, and Fire twice. Actually, the only team they have a negative record against is the Fire. Or just hit, like, you know when you get like nerves and you just like your stomach sinks? But here's what's interesting to me. Ben Straight is back. Ben Straight has not played for a lot of the season. He's been injured for a while. So that's going to be an interesting thing to watch. See how he is. If he's lost a step, you know, still maybe recovering from injury. Be interesting to see if that's the case. Alright, they're doing a coin toss. Lady with very gold trousers. I rate it. Oof, my neck just made a horrible noise. I'm sure everyone heard that. Lovely. Ben Holmes, the most successful Vienna Vikings quarterback. What's up, Jamal? Good to see you, as always. Hit me. Oh, yeah. You're right. I remember. Yeah. It's briefly popped back into my head then. I just completely forgot it even happened. Okay. I'm ready for Jamal's question. I'm ready for this game. I think it's going to be a great game. I hope it's going to be close. Relatively close. Maybe, you know, a touchdown. I don't want to mind a touchdown difference. But this should be really, really fun. Let's see how the teams come out. I believe that... I don't know who actually won the coin toss. I'm not going to lie. I was too distracted by looking at ELO ratings and rosters. And Ben Straight being back. Which is more impressive? Ryan, Fire, 2-time champions. That's a success, right? I think it comes down to championships, you know. You play to win. I think you play to win. I think 2 championships is better than 1, essentially. Ryan Fire have had that. They've had undefeated seasons. They've had cultural impact. Here's one thing I always like with my how I think football should be when it comes to somewhat with the voting system, when it comes to MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, etc., etc. Some teams just affect the culture of American football in Europe, and Rhine Fire have affected the culture in American football in Europe. No question. So have Vienna, obviously, but Rhine probably the most out of anyone. What's up, Thomas? How you doing, brother? We've just kicked off. I'm still on my phone. Ball goes out the back of the end zone. Nordic Storm get the first. Oh, I'm so hyped. Right, Nordic Storm get the first look. We got Fons. We got Clark. We got a great offensive line. We got Bolio. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of Bolio today. I think Bolio gets 10 plus catches. Calling it now. I should have cool stuff on the sides. Maybe at some point with a checklist of what I think is going to happen. That'd be cool. Maybe in the future if I figure out how to do that. Interesting. See, they've only got 1 though. That's the one touch. 1. Ugh. Oh, Fons stopped for a loss of 1. Vienna have lost. Round 5 never lost in a championship game now. That's important to mention as well. We've had losses from Vienna, obviously, last year. That's Ben Straight, I said. We'll be interested to see how he does coming back. Immediately gets a tackle for loss. That's big time. I'm a Ben Straight guy. I like Ben Straight. I have a video on him on the channel, in fact. So I know I'm a big fan. Right, I formation for the Nordic Storm. 2nd and 11. Motion by Fons. Could be a little pitch back to Fons. Like an orbit. 3rd down. Is a good gain. But the first 3rd down now. Carry wins. If the game is 40-39 or something like that. I agree. I do think it should be high scoring. I think the over was 52. I think we should crack 52. Probably. We'll see. But I'm worried about this Nordic Storm offensive line. It's a good offensive line, but it's probably the worst offensive line in the playoffs right now. I'm just not as hot on Nordic as a lot of other people. I think that's obvious. Short pass to Adria. He gets a 1st down. That's big. Adria's a big dude. Hard to stop him on those short passes. Let me get the live score up. There we go. Let me adjust that slightly. People know the colors of the teams, so I'll just keep it like this. Yeah, I'll keep it like that. People they know this. They know the colors of the teams, you know. 1st down. Already moving the ball well. There's a run by Solarat. He stopped for nothing. 2nd down already. Okay. Yeah, I think so. I think so. It should be okay. I don't imagine. Well, both of these defenses are pretty good. That's the thing. It just really depends on how Nordic bring it. Because Nordic, they've not, they've just had moments, where I've just been I expected a bit more from them. Or I thought they'd do a little bit more here or a little bit more there, There's Jadrian with a shot down the middle. Wide open, Bolio. Good gain. He's up. He's fine. I don't know why he ran off that way, but that's a dart there by Jadrian. Look at that. Great throw. Great ball placement. Great catch. Bolio with a big one. That's on Buckram. Not an easy player to get the ball past, I'm not going to lie. Here we go. Inside Vienna territory now. Flags there for, I think, on the offensive line. Looked like it was on the offensive line, but we'll see. It's on the Vikings. Interesting. That's at 3-5 yards. Nordic looking pretty good to start off the drive. It's been sustained. They've mixed in a bit of run, bit of pass. They've tested the levels of the Vikings as well, which is important. First and 5 now. 11 minutes 50s. They've just been moving, you know, consistently moving. Let's see how this pass rush of Vienna comes home. That's going to be important for me. Yeah, onside unlucky there. Let's go! What's up, Woj? Ah, first down for Vienna. First down for Nordic again. Jeez. I like that Vienna never needed an NFL coach to get where they are now, but I mean, think about something like Tom Stewart, Del Rio with Vienna. That's a good point, but I think sometimes it comes down more than just like coaching in Europe, because you have to have an understanding of the culture, I think, especially in a country where you're coaching at. Like Austrians, you know, they're different to Americans, they're different to French people, they're different to English people, and I think a coach that knows how to communicate with players from different countries is really, really important, especially when you got your 6 E's as well. Bolio with a couple of yards, helmets are off, not sure who that's from, but yes. Like Tom Sula knew Europe, because Tom Sula has been in Europe for like 20 years before he was even in the NFL, so he knows it really, really, really well. Del Rio, I think we saw a little bit of that not being present this season, from what I was hearing from inside Paris. Necessarily. What's up, Aiden? No worries, brother. We'll wait. This is really quite a good start so far. JJ, he's looking for a comeback route on Fons. Easy touchdown for Simon Fons. Who's else looking for a flag? He's not going to get it. I think he might have maybe a tough game with the size of Fons today. Here we go. Touchdown Nordic. Wow, Vienna crowd is stacked. Fons is a baller though. No flags. Huzat was looking for a push-off, but... Right, here we see with Nordic, can they kick a fucking PAT? That's what matters here. That point is going to mean a lot, I think. Kicks up. Looks good to me. It is. That's 7 for Nordic. Okay, here we go. Game on, boys. Here we go. Oh, I can't bear it if we lose. Like, I say we like Vienna, because I put a lot of like, not like hate, but I definitely did not think that Nordic were going to win this game. I'm going to be completely honest. That was an easy touchdown for him. Like I said, Fons, he's a big dude. I do think Huzar might not have the physicality to cover him on some of these comeback routes. But we'll see. We'll see. There's one thing Nordic have is big-bodied receivers, and that's going to be a big point. What's up, RT? Good to see you, brother. How's the vibes in the Czech Republic at the moment? Right, we get Vienna now on the ball. Gosh, 31 notifications in 5 minutes. There's a return for Vienna. Solid. Nothing crazy, but nothing terrible. Alright, let's see how Nordic's defense does. I want to see if Chad's playing. Chad didn't play in the last game, and I heard murmurs that he might not be playing in this game. I heard he was dressed, but like not guaranteed to start because he was hurt. Let's see if he's on the field. No, he isn't. He's not. So no Chad at the moment. He is dressed. So I think if they need to, he'll be back in. But currently, no. First down for Vienna. Oh, I'm really nervous. Here's Ben outside to the big tight end. Oh, stiff arm there by Beer Balmer. Expect to see a lot of Beer Balmer in this game. He's just so massive. He's a physical monster. Just fuck off me. Big dude. Right, second and 4. Vienna looking to get back to the championship game. Nice outside pass, wide open. I think that's it's Beer Bomber again. I did say to a player when I called him just this week on Nordic Storm, I said, you guys never cover the flats, ever. Like, the short passes are way too open. They did it all the time against Hamburg. They just let them have those short passes in the flats. And I think Vienna are going to utilize that a lot, especially with someone like Florian, who's just so big, you can't really keep him out of the game for very long. Nice run up the middle there by Kari, big and physical running back. He's trying to right his wrongs from the last year's games. Oh, Vienna look like they're moving pretty well. But so did Nordic, so we could have a shootout here. That's what we want to see. Glenn on the tackle, gets kind of put on his back, but makes the tackle. Up over the 50 now for Vienna. Short screen out to Reese Horn. He's got a big hole there. He's still going. Reese Horn. Nice gain up to the 20. Nicely done there by Reese Horn. And nicely done there by Ben too. I think Ben not being in the MVP race, that's personal. Personally, I think I would have had him in the MVP race. Look at that. Great vision. Good blocking there by Meyer. Nicely done. Good stuff. Good game. Great offensive. Look at the offensive line there. Getting out real nice. Excellently done. Another blitz sent by Nordic. It's going to be a little short pass out again by Vienna and another first down. That's Takari again. They're moving and moving and moving and moving at the moment. Is Ben just been like, what, 4 for 4? I don't think he's actually completed the pass yet. Yeah, 4 for 4 for like 50 yards. Ben's in form. My goodness, what a fucking first 2 drives we've had so far from both teams. On the 11-yard line now for Vienna. There's a handoff, I think, to Flo. Gets a couple, brings them inside the 10. Shout out Flo. Just gonna run straight through a motherfucker's face, this Flo. Hard to get leverage on him too, because he's a shorter running back. But he's not scared, he's just gonna run through a hole. 2nd and 7, 6.5 minutes left of the first quarter. And we've already got some pretty fantastic offense so far. My goodness, exactly what we wanted. So far it is, anyway. Ben Holmes handed off to Flo again. Another good gain. It's 3rd down, but 3rd and manageable. About 3rd and 3, I reckon, for this one. It's going to be interesting. Don't want to stall out after such a good drive. You want to finish it off with a touchdown, ideally. Let's see what they got. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, RT. Inside the 5, Vienna. Handoff again to Kari. He's going to be short of the... He pushed forward a little bit. I think they called him short before he got that second push. Maybe a little bit of an early whistle there by the ref. It's 4th down and 2. They're looking to keep the offense on. 4th and 1. Adjusted down on the ticker. 4th and 1. We're going to get Ben Holmes rushing touchdown. We got 3 of them in a Paris game. He's up. He's over. They can get a first down without scoring on this 4th and 1. So it definitely looked like he got it. It's not a touchdown, but it looks like a first down, which is, you know, essentially going to be a touchdown you'd think to play after. There we go. So short the goal line, but a first down, as we said. I wonder if they'll do the same play. They got Milanovic in. Big set here from Vienna. Oh my god. They got extra linemen in. They got the fullback in. This is a big line. There we go. Hand off to Kari is over. Touchdown Vienna. Here we go. Now, everyone's favorite kicker. Tasic. I want to see Tasic do well. I like Tasic. I've said all this time I like Tasic. I met him. He's a good guy. But for some reason, people in the chat, they're not a massive fan of him, especially Elefopedia. Let's see what they get. I haven't seen Torre in the game yet, which is pretty interesting. I mean, they're so stacked, they don't necessarily need him, which is a crazy sentence. Alright. PAT incoming. Let's see how they do this, because this might be where they win or lose it here, both teams. Oh, there we go. Blocked. Ah, see now Nordic still got the lead after all that, right? It's not good. Both teams of these risque with kicking. Let's just put it that way. What happened there? Oh my god. What happened? I don't even see, like, it didn't show the best angle of the kick. It's not going to show it again. Hasn't shown the kick, but I think they'll go for two, maybe here on out. Here's the kick, right? So it gets snapped. Yeah, it's just a terrible kick. Max Parkinson with the block. Shout out Max Parkinson, you know. There we go, Max Parkinson. Arguably, should have been in a Defensive Player of the Year nomination. Some people were a little bit more like, should he? But like, I think he probably should be. He was a big player on special teams as well. I know that's kind of a different point, but still. I mean, do you not think that might be a little much? I don't think he's consistent. No, he's not consistent. That's kind of the problem. Like, he's hit 50s in the past, I feel, but hasn't hit the PAT there. But Nordic remain in the lead, 7-6. Frustrating, I'm going to be honest. After that much of a drive, that successful of a drive. Oh my god, there's someone in a Vienna Vikings, a Green Bay Packers, like, Hawaiian shirt. If that isn't Mao Chow, then I don't know who is, you know? 5 minutes still left in the first quarter. We've had one drive by each team, a score by each team. We've not really had anything else. It's not in the stadium, the game. What do you mean? The only consistency is, yeah, fair point. Because Ben Holmes is 4 for 4. Jadrian is 6 for 6. Both of these guys have come to play. Bolio's got 2 catches for 22 yards. Fons has got 16 and a touchdown. And then Horton's got 24. Beerbomber's got 18. Kari's got a touchdown. Now, I'm hoping this turns out into a shootout, but I'm just hoping that kicking isn't the reason why they lose it. You mean like it's not in the in the Raiders stadium? That'd be kind of cool actually. A watch along inside the stadium. That'd be kind of sick. I'd like that. Right, waiting for the kick. Still waiting for it. It's been a while. It's been a minute. Yeah, you are a big Fonz guy. I said that on the LF Live. I'm not sure if you were on that one, but I said if Ricardo likes a player that's not a Raiders player, then you know he must be pretty fucking good. Yeah, shout out Sudi, man. I actually saw an interview with Sudi on I think it was the Vienna Vikings page. I can't remember, on Instagram. Sudi is huge. Like, he's in the seat, and he just looks massive. It's like the biggest human being in the world. I know he's a D-tackle and all, but he's a big dude. Yeah, man, that'll be fun. I know that'll be a bit controversial to have in that, but I think it'll be fun. You know, they've done it before in stadiums with like football games. Right, let's see what Nordic got. Fons is a phenomenal receiver. Now they're going to go straight back to him. That was incomplete there. First incompletion yet. Oh, shit. He's going back to Portugal. Don't blame you in the weather, man. Summertime's coming to a close. Got to get those last sun ray beams. Huzar has been the target so far for the Nordic Storm offense. Let's see if he can try and make some plays. Be big time. They got Kennedy Chahing is back in the game. That's fascinating. So he's now back from injury. That gives him a bit more depth at running back. Jadrian looking, going for a shot past the sticks to Bolio. Ball was out, but I think it was already down. Yeah, he was fine. Oh my god, Bolio to Clark is such a fun fucking combination. A great ball again by Jay. He's not slowed down a step this season. He's been so good. It's just that one game. That Jay had a bad game. It's incredible. But it was just such a bad game. But like every other game, he's been phenomenal. And this one, he's been excellent so far. Nearly at the 50. That round 49. Split back. Jadrian going to throw again now. Could go sure. That was nearly picked off. Dennis with the deflection. Went to past the sticks to Botello Moreno, but batted down. 2nd and 10. Oof. That was a bit of a risky throw there by Jay after I just gave him praise. But he can fit the ball in tight spaces. I don't think anyone's going to deny that. Very good play there by Dennis. Elite corner, I feel. 2nd and 10. Empty backfield for Jadrian. He's going to adjust the line now. Here it comes again. Pressure's coming. He steps out of it. Goes on the run past to Botello Moreno. Goes for a 25-yard gain. Oh my goodness. Nordic are moving well. No flags. Oh no, there's a flag. My bad. Give me the second after. Not sure what this is for. John Shoop's pretty heated though. Glenn's the one to move him off. Is this going to be a holding on Aaron? Holding on Fons. Ouch. Holding on Fons. That's a shame for them. Still 2nd down. Negates that play. Vienna still trying to hold on. 2nd and 8 though. Doesn't negate it like a ton. See what they got now. I wonder what defense is going to cause a turnover first. That's what I'm interested about. Is a defense going to cause a turnover? Is also a big question. 2nd and 8 from the 49 of Vienna. Going to be a run to Kennedy. He is stifled by about a yard behind the line. 3rd down, big one now. This is a clear passing down. Gives Vienna a little bit more of a chance to stop it, potentially, in theory. Who got the tackle there? That was a mixture of a few people, but Lalo being the main one. God, man, I do love Lalo. He's so good. If I was to have like I should do that as an E-import of the year. I should do an E-import of the year. You reckon? Here is Jay going to the middle, caught by Botello Moreno for a 1st down. Oh, that's a key one. They're leaving the middle of the field wide open currently though, Vienna. Which is very interesting. Wide open, middle of the field every time. Just look at that. Three curl routes, just at different depths from the 3 outside receivers. That's all that was, just 3 curls. Jadrian under centre with the I formation. So big body in the fullback position. It's going to be a run to Solarat, goes nowhere. See, this is, again, the lack of a run game has been quite big for them. Like, they kind of had a little bit with it with the Ryan Fire, but, you know, Ryan Fire and Vienna Vikings, two different teams in my opinion. I know Ryan Fire did get a win, but still. Second and 10. Yeah, just don't work. I mean, you got Schaefer, Sudi, Donkor, and Lucky. And then you got a ton of other guys in our defensive line too. Look at that spin by Donkor. He gets some pressure. Jadrian slips, gets the ball out. Looked like he might have had a bit of trouble with his feet there on the grass. Does get a ton of pressure from Donkor, who was excellent. Lucky there, nearly gets a sack. He actually got some pass deflection, which is pretty good. No grounding. It was deflected like before it even went near anyone, so I don't think it'd be grounding. His knee might be down there though. Are they going to call his knee down, or it's going to call a pass deflection? I think they're going to say his knee was down. Okay. I think... Oh no, they are calling it. Oh, it is grounding, you're right. They're calling it grounding. I wasn't sure if it was going to be that because the ball got, like, knocked down as he was throwing it. So, it would, you know... I wasn't sure what the rule would be on that. Yeah, I don't think it's 50-50. I think it's 60-40. 3rd and 23. They cannot allow a 3rd and 23 conversion. This would be a disaster, and this might take a lot of breath out of Vienna if they're not able to stop him on this. Pressure coming to Jay. Jay's going to take off. Gets tackled. Flag there again. Oh, we're not. We love Jay, but his offensive line isn't as good as... His offensive line is not as good as the other playoff teams. We've already seen him be pressured a couple times on those tackle positions. I think the pass rush, like I said, is very real right now. 4th and 16. Going to be a punt here by Nordic, which makes sense. Here it comes. Oh man, what a punt. Did that come out the 1 or did that come out the 20? The camera kind of went a bit weird. My goodness. If that was an out of the 1, that's incredible, but I think it was down to 20. I think it took a very, very close bounce. I do still think Jay's going to have a great game, but the defense isn't going to save him all the time, you know? This Vienna team is different. Yes, it was a touchback, just seen on the play-by-play here. Right, let me get my Maltesers out. I ain't gonna lie, guys, I've been out of the gym for a couple days. I've been busy doing my master's stuff. Here comes a run by Flo at the middle for a couple. I got a Vikings coach simplifiers. I actually like a lot of the coaching in Vienna. I think they do a phenomenal job. What's up, Jonathan? Yeah, those comebacks, 100%. Those curl comebacks, the physicality of the receivers. It's not easy to play against the Nordic Storm offense, definitely not. 2nd and 5 though for Vienna. It's more so for me, camera's gone fucking wild. Why are we still looking at this camera angle? Well, Ben Holmes was sacked, but we didn't see what the fuck was going on. Someone's just had a sack robbed of them. Yeah, can we see that again? There we go. So Ben Holmes sacked by... It's by Hovda, man. Emil Hovda with the sack. That's big time. Alright, well maybe Nordic Storm's defense might get him a little bit of something here. Yeah, it went wild there. End of the first quarter. 7-6 to Nordic. Vienna just getting into their second drive. Kind of shows you how good offensive yeah, it was. Kind of shows you how good both teams are. The fact they've been so consistent, they haven't been turning the ball over. They've been accurate, they've been runnable, and the clock is just burnt off. One quarter already done. A loss of 12, huge. Okay, they're going to need to do something big on this third down then. We've seen that quite a lot though, don't we? We see the first drive they score at both teams we've seen it with, especially with Nordic. First drive they score, second drive they don't score, third drive they don't score, fourth drive they don't score, and then they might score again, and then they don't score, and then they don't score, and then they do score towards the end of the game. So we'll see how that comes in. I need to see what I'm doing with my my bold head for the championship game as well, because like, I ain't gonna lie, fellas, I might be going bold. I might be going a little bit bold. I think I've got a bit of forehead at the moment, right? And like the top here, it kind of looks like it's thinning a little bit. I'm a little bit scared, I ain't gonna lie. Like it looks nice at the moment because it's dark, but the bright lights, the awards show, I don't know, I'm gonna be a little bit bold. I don't want my scalp showing. I can't wear a hat, obviously, it's an award show. So I gotta figure out if I'm just gonna try and grow this out for like a little bit longer before the championship game and then shave the sides, or if I wanna like just keep it and just, you know, run with the buzz cut for another week during the championship game. We'll find out. We'll see. It's the man's. It's number every man in the world. We're all a little bit like scalp check every now and then just to make sure we're not going bald. And I was looking in the mirror and I was like, damn, it's coming to an end there, boys. It's coming to an end. All right, commercial break over in the game. The sides have swapped. The crowd looks very full. They said it was what, 25,000? No, that's the championship game. And someone messaged me that like, oh, 25,000. I thought they were expecting to have more as a championship game. We'll get more when we know who's in the final. I don't think people from Vienna are going to be traveling to Stuttgart to watch Munich versus Nordic. You know, we'll find out. We'll get a big burst of tickets when the semi-final games are over, because then we know who's actually in the final. People in those teams are going to buy it. So, right, here we go. Vienna taking the ball on their own 14 on 3rd and 16. So this is kind of huge for them. Ben Holmes passing, rolling out right. Taking a shot deep. He does have a man kind of open. That's going to be a flag. Oh, very unneeded there by Glenna. Chad Walren's in again, but Glenna, that's poor. Glenna with an unnecessary... He didn't turn his head back to the ball, so he's just hit Meyer and got a flag for a pass interference, but it was just not needed. He didn't need to do that. Ball was not even in the vicinity of Meyer. Well, it was, but you know, it wasn't necessary. Glenna with a bad play there. A completely free first down there from Vienna. It was not a catchable ball. Well, like, you know, it wasn't realistically a catchable ball. And they get a 50-yard gain out of that. Nearly. A 35, 40-yard gain. There's Holmes again, stepping up, taking a shot deep. No flags that time on Glenna. He's looking for him on Horn. I think it could go either way, that one. Let's have a look at the replay. I think both of them were kind of jostling for the ball. I think that's the kind of thing you're going to get in playoffs. Both of them just kind of fighting for it. I think they both committed fouls there. I kind of would have offset. passes over. Yeah, they're both kind of handsy there, to be honest. No, man, I don't think that should be a cool one, that one. 2nd and 10. I think they're going to mix it up with a run here with Kari, try and get some free yardage. No, maybe not. Timeout. Hello! Man, San Severam. Sef Girim. Right, timeout by Vienna. The Nordic Storm DC is fucking furious. I don't really know what for, though. And Shoop's also furious. That's just normal, ain't gonna lie. I don't think I've really seen John be not heated very often. So, great coach. One of the best in Europe, no doubt. He's a very vocal coach, though. We'll say vocal. We'll go with vocal. There's Kuzo. Shout out Kuzo. Great videographer from the UK. In tight with the Nordic Storm at the moment, so good for him. Here's Ben Holmes coming back out on 2nd and 10. I think we get a run here, try and get some more yards, potentially sneak into a field goal range if they can. It's just short screens of Reese Horn for maybe 3 or 4 yards. Nothing terrible though. 3rd down now. Don't want to be stalling out too much. I think Bill Palmer and Khaled going out there at the end of the play. I did say they're going to be using tight ends on Khaled a lot. I did say they're going to be using tight ends overall a lot because of the size difference they have. 3rd and 7. Definitely outside of field goal range. They're going to pass it. Bit of pressure on Ben. He's going to step up and he's going to take off himself. Oh my god! Why? No! A terrible play there. Oh my god, Nordic have been so dirty in this fucking drive. A late hit there by Holm. Why did he do that? That was so unnecessary. He's blasted Ben Lowe. That was so unnecessary. That was kind of malicious. I don't know, that looked malicious. I don't mean to call a player out for being that, but I think that looked a little bit like... Ben was very clearly going out of bounds there. There was no need to go low. That was really, 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 really bad. No need. Absolutely no need. Clearly going out of bounds. No need to do that. Heavy landing there on Ben. He's okay, which is good. Because, oh my god, can you imagine if they lost Ben? 315 yards. I want Vienna to score in this drive so badly now. 2 very unnecessary flags have ruined the Nordic defense's drive. Hopefully Ben's, he landed on his hip, so hopefully he's okay. He's going to play a big part in his throw motion if he's hurt. Pass out to Beer Bomber. Still fucking going. Holy fuck, that man's a machine. I agree. I think if you get a late hit out of bounds, I think it should be, there's unsportsmanlike, you get 2 of them. I think that should, I feel one like that should be an unsportsmanlike penalty, personally. Because that one was late. Like if it's, if it's a bit, it's not too bad about it. But like that one should be 15 yards because he was wide fucking, like he was clear as day going out of bounds. Kari bouncing outside, maybe for a yard. 3rd down. Okay. Yeah, I think I really do agree they should go for 2 here if they do score. Yeah, definitely in field goal range. We'll see if they attempt to go for a field goal after missing the PAT earlier. Let's see what we got. 3rd and 2, manageable. No flow, and they got Kari still in. If they have flow in, I imagine they just run through the middle, but they're going to keep... There's Torre again. No, Torre not in? No, Torre's not in. It's Reese. There's Ben, running out. Short pass out, incomplete. Look for Beer Bomb, I didn't have a ton of space. It's going to bring up 4th down. Be interested to see if they go for this or not. They could have options on the run. Just outside the hands of Beer Bomb, actually a rare drop. Looks like they might keep on the offense, which I actually kind of like a little bit. Fourth and 2, looks like they're going to call a timeout. I think they're going to discuss whether or not they want to go for this. I think they should. I think they've got momentum. Nordic have been... What's the word I'm looking for? Wasteful? I think I'm going to go for wasteful. Like, the late 3rd and 16, you get flagged for not even looking at the ball, you just hit the receiver, and then you get free 15 yards for hitting him when he's going out of bounds, you know? I think 4th and 2, they look a little bit undisciplined. I think, like John said, you go for a bit of a hard count. Try and get someone off sides. And then snap it, get it to, I think maybe Kari. Oof. Let's see what they got. Needs a 1st down before they get to the touchdown, but I do want them to do it. I'm a Vienna fan right now, I'm not going to lie. That's not going to be well hidden throughout this one. I'd rather have Vienna in the final. Personally. I just think they're a better team. Oh, man. Oh, my God. They're still going to have to ban this team, man. Come on. Ice up. Let's have a look. Yeah, clear as day, man. Jeez, they're undisciplined as fuck. I can't lie. Wait, they call that an offense? Nah, that's a terrible call. That's a bad call in my opinion. Bad call. They're saying, fuck it, we're going to be out there anyway. 4th and 7. They don't trust the kicking right now. Yeah, I absolutely thought it was defense. I think they got a little bit lucky there. I hope that doesn't continue throughout the rest of the game. Ben's going to pass. Lets it flow. The middle, incomplete. No flags. I don't know, man. These refs are a little bit good. I don't know, man. Let's have a look at that one again. Maybe not PI. Damn. Alright. I mean, it's playoff football. It's going to be a little bit more competitive on playoff football. Nordic got away with that one. Nordic very much got away with that. Jay with a short one out. Ooh! Off the hands of Bolio, that could have been a pick. Close. JJ with a short one out to Bolio. Just a weird deflection off the hands for Bolio. Took a hit as he did it. 2nd and 10. Motion by Font on the orbit. We saw that already once today, but Jeju's going to keep it. He has pressure. He got out to Solarat, and Timmy Nuka needs to come down a lot faster than that. My goodness, that was bad tackling there by Nuka. Or was it Swancore? I think it might have been Swancore. That was terrible. That was really, really, really bad linebacker play there, I must admit. He's got a clear angle down and just fucks it. I'm gonna lie, that was just bad. Who was that? That was Noel. That was poor by Noel, I won't lie. Lucky on the tackle eventually. Yeah, that was a busted play, and the Magic got a big one out of it. First down. Motion by Solarat out wide. It's going to be Jadrian passing again over the middle, incomplete towards someone, but tell him right now. Didn't see who it was. It looked like number 81. I was like, I don't know, number 81. Alright, so we have seen parts of Vienna's defensive front making a bit of a difference, getting some pressure, and they've seen it turn this into sacks. Kind of at the moment. Nordic's defense playing a little rough, playing a little bit active, getting a little bit lucky to not concede points in that last drive. Yeah, the defense is settled in a little bit more from those first drives. It's now Vienna. This is now the Nordics' third drive. Motion, they give it to Solarat. It's got some blockers out wide. He does make a decent gain out of it, 3 or 4 yards. Brings up third down. Yeah, she had some blockers out there. Some good pull-in players, but didn't quite have like the burst to get through that second level. Ben straight on the tackle, looking active on his return. I feel like I haven't seen Ben in a while. Am I just tripping? I know Ben was hurt. But like, when's the last time Ben played? Oh my gosh, sometimes this website is active. Oh my god, free fucking busted play again. Oh, I played against, damn, I've been missing him a lot, I ain't gonna lie. He didn't play against Paris. He played against Panthers. I must have missed him. I don't know why, just missed him. Guess he hasn't got any picks in a while. Last week he got was against Prague. Jeez, I've been missing a little bit of Ben straight. That's on me. Bolio with a free play, and how they're getting away with a lot of these third downs there. They're letting them have it. Refresh that, that's outdated. There we go. Solarat trips, falls for a loss of about 5. This has been a weird game for Vienna's defense currently. They're doing pretty good. They're getting pressure, but it's not able to convert those into sacks. And then they're not like getting to them on third down. I'm gonna turn my light down a little bit just so I'm more natural. There we go. We were looking a bit too washed out. Second and 4. There's another pressure, but Jay's going to step up, let one go. It's picked! Buckram with the pick. Alright, that's big. First turnover. That's what we said. Who's going to get the first turnover? And it is the Vienna Vikings defense causing it. Deep bomb, bit overthrown. Divine Buckram turned into the receiver essentially on that one with his tracking of the ball. Raheem Christensen's down as well. That's fucking bad news. That's huge. Just steps up, lets it fly. Going. 2 overthrown for Bolio. Great catch there by Buckram. Yeah, look at that. Turns into a receiver. Brings it in well. Nicely done. You said it would be... Oh, you said... I thought you meant Vienna were going to have the first turnover, but you meant Vienna were going to cause the first. Okay, I understand. Yeah, just INT, no pick 6. Why the fuck are they doing a booth review? What the fuck? Are these refs on crack right now? That was clearly not a booth review moment. What? Behave. Behave. No. Let's not try and do. Let's not do this, guys. This was clearly a catch. Let's not play around now. That ball was very clearly tucked in his hands. Like, that. Come on, let's not. If they fucking call this back, I'm gonna cause a riot. Hold on, waiting for the review. Good. I don't know why you need to review that. I ain't gonna lie, that one never looked like it needed to be reviewed ever. I could see that from the UK watching the game without my phone, and I could tell you that wasn't going to be needed to be reviewed. That is just such a clear and obvious catch. Okay, calm, but at least it's fine. God, can you imagine if they overturned that? That would have been one of the worst calls, but it's fine. They got it right. Let's just move on. We're fine. They're going to hand off to Kari. That's a good choice. Get a bit of this run mixed in. I don't think they've been trying to pass it a lot at the moment. They've been leading to some difficult third downs, so I think they've got to give it a little bit of a run. Second and 8. Let's see what Vienna got. I want them to score here. Yeah, solid drive that first one. Well, an amazing drive that first one. Second one, not as much, but they also got beneficiary of a couple of really bad flags. Oh my God, Warner not getting Coach of the Year, man. I was seriously pissed off. Like, honestly, seriously pissed off. There's a reason why I'm doing my own awards as my own personal therapy. So, you know, I can't say too much on it because I'll piss off people. I've already pissed off people, apparently. But, fuck it. Like, if people are annoyed about me being annoyed, then they can just message me directly, you know? Why would the ELF want Storm in the finals? I don't think the ELF do want. I don't think they care. Like, all these teams are big. If I'm playing devil's advocate, it would be the first non-German speaking country. Good call there, John. Good call. Good call. Yeah, but I just don't think they're as good as Vienna. Their offensive line isn't as good as Vienna. They've got great receivers, but they don't have as much depth as someone like Stuttgart or Vienna. Oh, great quarterback. They can compete with anyone. Their running back room is lower. They're a good team, but I just don't think they're a championship team at the moment. Not yet. Maybe in the future, but just not right now. Good catch there by Beer Obama. Yeah, like, obviously there's no rigging, like, but if there was a team that you'd want in the final, if I'm, like, thinking financially, Vienna would make the most sense. Probably Stuttgart and Vienna, I think, would make the most sense financially. Both of those teams have, like, big fan bases. But any of them are doing pretty good. Yeah, Surge fans are cool too. I've met them in person. 2nd and 7 for Vienna. It's going to be a handoff again to Kari. Spins out one, falls forward for a couple. Samari. Go Vikings, I agree. Well, of course, on paper, Vienna better, but it's not how you judge which teams is better at the end of the day. You're not wrong. But you know me, I'm an on-paper kind of guy. I like the on-paper night numbers. I do think, from a talent-wise, Vienna are the best. I'd say probably Stuttgart and then Munich and actually no, probably Vienna, Munich, Stuttgart, Nordic would be my teams. I think with the coach of the year personally, if I was to do it, well, I will be doing it myself, but Warner would be the winner. I think I'd put Kentrell in there because Kentrell took him from like a good team that was like just outside the playoffs, first round exit, to a team that's legit championship contender. Oh yeah, man, if Nordic had Glenn, it'd be different. I think it would be Warner, Ellison. Who else would I pick? Probably... The third one's kind of hard, right? Maybe Shoop. First year team, maybe Shoop. Our teams have traditionally been slower. I agree. Now, if the league pushes to go to the championship game, I'll believe in that more. There's no corruption, bro. I don't think there'd be that level. Schutz with a good catch outside. But Stuttgart absolutely could win that game now. This one, Vikings are the favourite by 2.5. But in tomorrow's game, I think Stuttgart are favourite by 1.5. So it's very tight. That's like saying the NFL is rigged if you have the Bills versus Chiefs in a close game, Actually, I shouldn't say Bills versus Chiefs. It's Bills don't have as big of a fan base as someone else. I don't know, like Giants, maybe you could have a case. Cowboys again, but they ain't gonna go to a fucking game. I mean, you can call me, I guess, biased for Prague this season, but of course that's because I was proud of my team, Honestly, yeah, like he's so big. He's big in person too. Trust me, Jesus, big dude. And then obviously now I'm a free agent, so we got to figure that out. No offers on the table as far as concrete at the moment, I must admit. Oh, big shot, wide open. It's called by Meyer and he's in. Yannick Meyer, touchdown. Oof. Paper is good as well as fans, but it all comes down to who plays better, especially the caliber of two teams. I agree, absolutely, you do agree. It comes down to moments, it comes down to mistakes, it comes down to coaching, it comes down to adjustments, it comes down to the atmosphere generally, it comes down to just how players are fucking feeling on the day. Loads of things. That was nice. Beautiful throw by Holmes. Gorgeous. Personally, I feel a bit bad that Ben Holmes isn't going to get Offensive Player of the Year or MVP. I'm not saying he should have either of those, but I feel a little bit bad. He's had such a great season, while at the same time, Madrid is having the best offense in the league in terms of like player production at those two positions. Way cool. It was like to Reese Horn. I think Reese Horn thought it was to him, but it was to Beer Bomber. So he like went it and I like went past him. He went and looked back, see Beer Bomber. I was like, hey. It went for 2. The really only thing Vienna has to fix is the kicking game. I'm at the ex-NFL kicking coach. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. Look at that. Beautiful throw. Meyer's too fast, too quick. Gorgeous. That was beautiful throw, I must admit. There we are. Would you just limit all extra points to 2 points today? I would probably do that, yeah. I think it depends. If it's a close game, I feel like I can get a PAT, I might go for it. But at the moment, right now, I'm sticking with 2s. They've got so many weapons they can go for at 2s. Beer Bomber back at ends. I'm not sure if that was to Horn or a Beer Bomber. I don't really know. But I mean, it scored at the end of the day. Can't be mad. Vienna take the lead for the first time in this game. 4:16 left on the clock. Good return by Almeida. Up past the third CE, 35-yard line. Nicely done by Almeida. If I can see to fix the mental mistakes. They need to be better on third down, I agree. But Nordic also need to fix the mental mistakes. Too many flags on defense, especially. They've had not as... like they've had a few shots that have just gone over deep. Obviously the one was picked. That's a big deal. Throw a pick in the first half. Chain him up is crazy, by the way. You could have said locked him in the room. You could have said that. You could have said, what's that over there? And then pushed him in and locked him. You didn't have to chain him up. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. A Munich versus Vienna final. That would be really fun. Serge, I don't know, man. It would be good. It would be fun to see him in a final, but I don't know. Is it crazy to say that I don't think Serge... I'm less hot on Serge because they just have only really had like a couple of games where they've tried. They're amazing. Amazing team. They've only had a couple games where they've tried. Whereas Munich have tried in like loads of them. They've had really close games. And Vienna are just kind of like royalty in European American football. So like they've always just been a team I'm fond of. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Second down for Nordic. Still got all the timeouts. I don't know if he'll get a chance to hit another one, I ain't gonna lie. After missing that first one, I don't think Vienna are gonna be too patient. Some of it does come down to blocking though, like Max did just walk through that line. There's a player down, I believe. Hey, that's Petra! Shout out Petra. What happened there? Was that Almeida that went down? You sure, was it Jay that went down? Oh shit! Oh fuck! That's crazy. Jay's down. Oh fuck. I mean, it could be an amazing story if he's able to. It was a great throw by the backup quarterback. He has played in the GFL. It's a wonderful throw, I can't lie. He has played in the GFL, if I'm not mistaken, as a starter. So he is probably the best backup quarterback in the league, I'm not going to lie. Or at least one of them. Vienna, they're not even going to bring him down. He slides. Damn, I mean, shit, bro. Did a good job if he's able to. That's kind of mad, though. You're not wrong. The linebackers have been slow to get to players. I definitely agree with that. I did. Jade's back in. Oh, he looks hobbled already. He throws a touchdown pass. Nearly. Oh my god, Jay's back in, but he doesn't look stable on that foot. Jay's a tough motherfucker, though. As a man who spent a lot of time with Jay. Jay's a tough fucking dude. Damn, what a fucking baller Jay is. He's going under center. I don't know about having him under center, though, man. Like, you're going to have to make him do dropbacks and shit. I might just have him in shotgun doing one-step drops. He's still limping. Vienna needs to be better with the pass rush. I agree. I agree. He's not able to put fucking, he's not able to stand. So having him under center, I think, is a bad call. And you got to have him in shotgun, taking one step at most drops. The 2 misses, that's his fault, but always is. I mean, yeah, I agree. I don't want Jay at all. Jay's a good friend of mine. As is Ben. So, I know you took a hit earlier. Oh man, hopefully you get a load of ice on that motherfucker at halftime. Shit. That's not what we want. If Vienna can take advantage of this and try and get the win. I wouldn't say I'd have an asterisk on it, but like... Hear me out. They concede next play, right? Potentially. They got 2 minutes to get up the field, 1 timeout. They could get a field goal attempt on the board. Try and take a small lead going into half. That's so bad though that Jay's hurt. We don't want that at all. Fuck, I'll be so devastated if Jadrian's hurt too. He's had issues with his like foot for a while, but it looked more like his ankle as opposed to like his foot. And then we had foot injuries last year. That's really not what we want. That would really suck if that was the case. That's right, first drive to determine the game. I get what you mean. It's about me telling it every time to stop running the ball to QB or get him hurt. To be fair, that wasn't like a run-in play by the quarterback, but I do get what you mean. Alright, Jay's back on. Let's see how he looks with this foot. It was really worrying to see him standing on our drill with his hand up. Like, that was not a good sign. We don't want Jay under center. At all. Oh, he's still under center. Man, he must feel like he can play through, otherwise he wouldn't be doing it. He's still throwing. Does get it off to Bolio. It's a great fucking throw. Jesus. It's a beautiful throw. But like, fuck, I'm still concerned, you know? But that was a gorgeous throw. But Jay's like, oh, he had to be carried off! Oh my god! You're not wrong. Yeah, I know how to keep losing track of Bolio. But Jay literally just had to be carried off. It's concerning. It really is concerning. Oh man, I'm worried about him, you know. I don't do a face mask very often on a kick. Oh, it's so frustrating, isn't it? You know, you get the semi-final. Nordic have been kind of fucked by injuries anyway. And then they have this as well. Didn't actually see that. I wasn't paying attention. But Jay's still limping. They got to have him sat down with a medical staff. Sit Jadrian down. Get him on a medical team. And don't let him up until he's ready to go for the next half. And fucking ton of tape. Ton of tape. It's going to be a long PAT. Fucking nailed that, jeez. Actually nailed that, Jesus. He didn't give a fuck. He was like, you know, I'm just gonna fucking make it anyway. Jay doing a great pass out, but I am still worried about that foot. I'm concerned. Vienna, again, E-kicker for next season. I don't know about that. I think you do, if you won that, I think, yeah, you go for the route of looking for one that way, as opposed to signing a. What's up, Alex? Ben VP is starting hot, can't lie. There's a return by Vienna out to just past the 30, before 35. Is Vienna's AFL kicker better than the ELF one? Man, you guys really don't like Tastic that much, do you? Jeez, I feel bad for the dude. A good return there by Dennis, but holding his ribs, Jesus, man. Yes, they do. It's Ben with a short pass out to Kari for a couple. Alright. Let's hope. Honestly, I hope they've just taken Jadrian inside now. Even if they get like a quick turnover side, let the backup finish off the first half. Get Jadrian iced up. Get his foot sorted out. Give him some ibuprofen. Incomplete pass. Now, this is kind of a big fucking down here for them. Vienna, not so hot right now, I must admit. Not on this drive. Johnson will be by 8, even if it's good. No way, the field goal will be good. Oh my gosh. They're an 8. 1 minute 41 seconds left. You could honestly get another drive out, but I do not think it should be Jadrian. I think the last thing you do is put Jadrian back out in this first half. Even with a drive still left, I think you take him inside. Sure pass out. Oh, bad drop there by fucking hell, by Beer Bomber. Bad drop. My goodness. That's poor. That's very poor. Jeez, Florian? Let's say Florian. I kind of went between Flo for vegan. Florian. Poor. Come on, man. You're better than that. I mean, it's a little bit wayward the pass, but still. 4th and 6. Nordic, don't put Jadrian out. Why am I going out of focus so much? Jesus. Don't put Jadrian out. Let the backup take the rest of the half. Don't let Jadrian back out. He is hurt. Bring him inside. Get him healthy. I'd rather have him in the second half feeling a little bit better with some rest than going out and maybe hurting himself more, you know? He has to play, I understand that, but... they're staying him on! I know it's probably Jay that wants to stay on. I have no doubt. Dude's fucking seriously tough. Kind of reminds me of Henderson in the Paris game, you know? No, it's not exactly the same, but still. Solar out with a reception. Look how slow Vienna are to go try and get to the ball. What the fuck is going on with Vienna? Why are they so slow? Like, did you see everyone there literally just stopped and just fucking... Oh. What are they doing? They see a pass come out and they just... they're not fucking going anywhere. They look so flat-footed. The linebackers look so flat-footed. Jadrian gonna throw to the sideline again. Beautiful pass to Simon Fons. First down. Man, Vienna's defense. Why the fuck am I going out of focus? That's really getting annoying. Uzar again the target. He's been targeted a lot, I'm not going to lie. That's Clark again to the outside. Again, team look flat to get to the ball. What the fuck is going on? I don't understand how they're so... they just look so bad right now. Like this last two drives. They're just standing there watching everything happen. Do you think they saw Jay get hurt and they went, wow, we won the game now then? And now Jay's just still out there fucking piecing them up. I agree. Jadrian again. That one's Andrea Botta-Moreno, who's flattened by Lucky, but like, it's the first fucking defensive play we've seen him get in a while. We cannot, like, Nordic... I mean, shit. I'm speechless how Jay is managing to pull this off right now. Shit, if he gets the win, he might even be second or in MVP vote, maybe even first, you know? You never know. The awards so far have been weird. Change on a voodoo curse. Yeah, man, I think you're right. Mental mistakes. Lots and lots and lots and lots of mental mistakes. And just flat. Look so flat. I said they got to keep energy up, and I said that for Nordic. It's actually been Vienna that have been a problem with that. They just looked like they thought they'd won the game. Their defense doesn't look as good at the moment. Last couple of drives, they had some moments on one or two drives, but right now the linebackers look poor. Timeout, I think, there by Vienna. That's the last one. Jeez, let's have a look at the Premier League scores while we do that. Alright, Man United still drawing, that's quite funny. Chelsea beat Fulham, nice. Hal Pedro and Enzo. I have Enzo on my fantasy team, fuck yes. Nice. Look at Tottenham losing to Bournemouth, that's kind of mad. Cashed out on Vikings, jeez, okay, that's early. I still got a lot of money on the Vikings. Everton beating Wolves. Good for them. Bournemouth beating Spurs is kind of mad. I actually haven't looked at the college football either. Who played yesterday? Yeah, I watched that one this morning. Illinois beating West Ham. That's not much of a surprise, is it? Let's be honest. So 5 got Ohio versus Texas. I'll watch Ohio State versus Texas. I'll be watching that for sure. Oh shit! Yeah, Clark's been sacked. I just turned back and saw Clark getting sacked. That's fucking mad. I don't feel like I've actually seen you win. I always feel like going into stream, feel like we fucking lost. Donkor with a sack there. Again, man, this offensive line is not great. He takes a hit, gets taken off his feet. The only, like, less horrible thing there is he took the sack high rather than on his hurt foot. 3rd and 21, the clock's running down. This is just going to be a chuck it deep situation. Timeout bad Nordic Storm. Let me check my fantasy while we're at it. Go for a flag and a high throw. No, we don't. Alright, let me look. So Cucurella got 6. Nice, nice, nice. Cucurella got an assist, I think, for the goal against Fulham. Enzo had a great game. That's nice for me. Bruno Fernandes, my captain this week, which is... I mean, maybe that was a mistake in hindsight. Maybe I shouldn't have made Enzo. Maybe I shouldn't have made Bruno the guy. But I've had a ton of injuries, right? I've already got 4 players in my fantasy football injured. We don't... In my league, of my fantasy football league, you're not allowed to change players. Like, it's a draft. You just got to stick with what you got. I got Frimpong and Palmer out. Leon Bailey got sold and Isaac's not playing. What the fuck? Alright, here we go. Clock going deep. Incomplete. I mean, it needs to further Man United off. That's so funny, by the way. Man United out to Grimsby. Buckham just went for the knockdown. 4th down. Are they going to go for this or punt this? They should punt this, right? 3 seconds. I can go for this. Might as well use it, I guess. Right. I could like... I was supposed to see yet. They're drawing 1-1. Still 9th in the championship, and I was already seasoned, but you know. Undefeated. Bristol City being undefeated through the first 4 games with 3 draws is like the most Bristol City thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Yeah, we're going to get a Hail Mary to end the first half. It's 4th and 21, 3 seconds left. Might as well go for it. Here we go. Jadrian. Just going to chuck it out. It's going to be a grounding call, but it doesn't really matter, I don't think. Does the 0 say get a free play for it being grounding? I actually don't know. No, Bristol City unbeaten with 3 draws, the most Preston thing ever. So I understand why they're not playing Torre. He should be on the roster. He's okay, it's the end of the half. I was wondering if they get a free play because it's grounding, but they don't. Alright, so Torre is active. He's just not been in the game, but he is dressed. I guess I don't really need him right now. I'm not sure. But I do agree. I do feel like they should be trying to do more. They've got... Ben Holmes has had a good start so far. 13 for 18. 133 yards and a touchdown. Jadrian's been playing exceptionally well, minus that interception. But it's just the run game has not really got started for them, as you can see by the numbers. And Bolio's got over 100 yards already. Why am I so out of focus? My goodness. Know who I am. Why does my camera not recognize I'm a human being? 100 yards for Bolio is very telling. Vienna have to stop him, otherwise he's going to continue to be a problem. Let's look at the Prem. Oh shit, Man United's still drawing. That's very funny. I think it's great that Man United are so bad, because all my friends are Man United fans, and it's more funny when it's like, you know. It was holding and grounding. It was a holding call that was declined, and it was a grounding call that was accepted, but it didn't matter because it was the end of the half. Who the hell are they playing in goal? I ain't gonna lie. I don't know who that dude is. And I'm not like a big football guy right now. But they're playing their backup keeper because Onana is so bad. What was he saying? Spill the beans. Let's hear it. I want to know why he's pissed. I understand why he's pissed. Just need to see what perspective he's pissed at. Because he could be pissed about a few things. We just try and get that to focus back up. There we go. Maybe I got to have a little bit. Maybe we just adjust that a little bit, you know? I think that's better. At least now actually he's not going to be changing every 2 seconds and trying to autofocus. I could put continue. I've got autofocus on, but I could put continuous focus. But I'm just going to settings, and that's going to be kind of long. Let's have a look. Someone's coming on my Kentrell post. That's a little bit late. I got my awards posts. Not sure which award post to do next. I might do Coach of the Year, I think, potentially. Or I'll do Offensive Lineman of the Year. Both of them are kind of tough though, you know. Coach of the Year we decided. Don't know about the last place. There's some debate on whether they'd be playing Clark. Just thinks their team is not performing, they're slow and not playing like they've been coached. I agree. I do agree, actually. I do think he's spot on. I'm just saying about debating whether or not they keep Jadrian out there in the end of that first half. Personally, I would have swiped him. I wouldn't have kept him in. I would have stashed him, taken him inside, told him to take every single ounce of pressure off that foot. Ooh, I'm cooked with Enzo. My group chat going well. People saying about Enzo, good pick. NBA 2K came out today as well, or it came out this weekend. I think it was this weekend, but I still haven't got any fucking Wi-Fi, so I can't download it. I can't play it, which is kind of frustrating. But you know, apparently, I thought someone had said Sesko's gone down hurt then in the group chat. Sesko is currently not playing actually, which is really great. You know what I'm saying next to Tastic? I would, I would, and then they'd have a great time, I'm sure. I don't know, chain up the motherfucker. He seems like a nice guy that when I'm there, he was chill, he was a nice dude. Oh shit, Man United scored. Oh, it was a Josh Cullen on goal. I don't want that. I'm kind of gutted out if Bruno though was my captain. I kind of regret doing that. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm hoping that Chelsea can win the Premier League. I'm hoping that Bristol City can get to the Premier League. College football, I need to see. I don't have a team in college football, but I do want to make another video. Obviously, I have my videos in the past. I'd like to do another one. I think when the season ends, I'm going to have a little bit of a break. I'm going to finish off my master's assessment. And then loads of videos, hopefully. Hopefully. That's the plan. Is I can just concentrate on videos, make a bunch of them, of evals, have them stacked up, and then just put them out. Easy, easy, easy. Short, not as edited. Because I'm not a very good editor. It takes me a long time to edit things. I don't necessarily enjoy the editing side of it as much. So if I can get that done, I think I'll be in a good position. But right now I need to finish off my master's degree. I've got a little bit more left. I got my charts I've just finished from the London Monarchs like questionnaire thing that I put out. If you guys remember about that. Some interesting data, I must admit. I've done a lot of two-step clustering. A lot of box plot graphs. Oh, I love a box plot graph, and I've got a lot of them. You know, I've got 12 or 13 box plot graphs. I've got 11 two-step clustering graphs. And now I've just got to write 2,000 words about that, essentially. I have to win a lottery. Hey, I don't know. I think Chelsea, you know, they spend... You know what's bad, though? This is kind of why I'm like... I'm a Chelsea fan, but I'm not really a Chelsea fan, if I'm being honest. It became hard for me to watch normal football with the amount of money that was being spent. Like, it was just... Especially with Chelsea. Last 5 years, we've had so many players just come and go and come and go. There's no familiarity within the team. There's like no one that is like just even really that recognizable. You could argue Cole Palmer, but that's it. No. Not really. I'm going to be honest. Because I did my master's degree without an undergraduate. I didn't go to college either. So I went from high school in 2016. I finished high school in 2016. I then went to college for 2 years, but didn't get any qualifications out of it. Left college at 18. And then at 25, I started my master's degree without A-levels, without an undergrad. So I've had a tough time. It's been rough. Around like November to January of last year and / this year, I was so stressed. I was bleeding through the back of my teeth. I still like in this side of my teeth now. Still, like my tooth is just broken into pieces. Like now, still as we speak, it's fucked because of the stress I had. It just like burst, really bad, really bad. So it was very stressful. I picked the music in my backgrounds. I do all my editing, I do all my graphics, I do all my thumbnails, I do all my Instagram stuff. It's all just me. I'm a one man team. It's just all me. And I did digital marketing, but I learned about in terms of my Monarch stuff or overall, but my Monarch stuff was fun. Same, you made me depressed as shit at the zoo management. I want to work with animals for years and you didn't kill the motivation for it. That's kind of sad. Oh man, it's fucking sucked, right? Honestly, horrible experience. So tough. But I need to reset one module, I think, next year, which is kind of annoying. I did 7 out of 8. Completed 7 out of 8, no problems. No problems at all. I had to do one reset because I didn't submit one properly, but I just resubmitted the same thing I did before, like this time, so I didn't actually wasn't reset. Passed that. So passed 7 out of 8, no problems. One that I missed out on the pass by 6%. 6! So I need to challenge that grade. If I don't get that, I'll just have to resubmit. I'll have to redo a semester, I think, next year, which is really fucking annoying. But, you know, it is what it is. And then the graphs and stuff, like, they were fun, actually, I'm not gonna lie. Like, after a while, they weren't fun at the start. Jesus Christ, they were not fun at the start. But that's what I've been doing all this week. I'll show a couple of them. Let me get my photos up. Like, I've got One, so I got customer behavior, customer and consumer behavior, and I got brand perception. That's what 2 parts of my thing are going to be about. So I got like this one. You know, this is the graph that surprised me quite a lot. This is like age and how much you watch your full games, so like no correlation, which is kind of surprising. Where was the main one? There we go. So this one was surprising as fuck. So this, as you can see, there's no correlation between blue and red. There's like nothing. You can't really see anything out of that correlation. Which is age and a role that my team plays in my life. Which I was surprised about. I thought that the older you are, you'd have more of an importance on your team. Because, I'm not going to be rude, you've got less going on. So you'd have more as an important on your team, which I was kind of surprised about. So that's been quite an interesting discovery. I have bubbles upon my teeth, which is bubbles of blood, and what eating with bursts is ruin the food. That's fucking grim. Ugh. Damn. Yeah, same. I don't quite love it like that, but like this one's fucked. Still fucked. I can't really eat on that side of my mouth. And then I got a tooth. I think it's this one down here. There's just my gums have just grown. Like my tooth is like growing into my other tooth. But it doesn't hurt. It's just like annoying to get like food gets caught in it. It could be a bit grim if I didn't get like to brush my teeth as regularly. So my final semester in uni next week. That'll be great months to come. Absolutely. But yeah, it's been fun. Like I've learned some interesting stuff, and I do think I'm a naturally fairly clever person. The fact that I can do a master's degree and pass most of it first time, having not had an undergrad or an A-level qualification, I feel I'm pretty clever. I don't feel like a lot of people could have done that. But I got some interesting stuff. Which one is this one? Because I got a lot of I literally got, how many cluster graphs I got? Cluster graph, 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 box point one, cluster graph, line graph, fucking bar charts. And then I got all of the LM questions, which are just box point. All of them are just box pointed. What's more time spent with the team supporting the younger generations don't have as much loyalty to support local teams. See, that's what I would think, right? But it's not. There's no correlation. That was what my expectation was too. These are the older people. They'd have less going on. They'd have more of an emotional attachment because of their years. So yeah, I'm surprised and they don't correlate. Very much surprised. Because it was way all over. Like there was... You have people who my cousin did it. He was 12. He said that the role plays like a minimal part in his life. And then on the reverse, you got 50-year-olds that say that like it's huge part of their life. And then on the reverse, you got people who are like early 20s saying it's no part. People in the early 20s saying it's like massive. There's no correlation at all. It's very strange. That one really did catch me off guard. You know, also caught me off guard a little bit, and this is going to sound a bit rude, I think, to some people. But I have one question that was UK. There it was. So it was 1 to 5. This was my brand personality thing. London Monarchs should show UK multiculturalism, right? Because obviously, if you live in the UK, you know about the UK. You know it's extremely multicultural everywhere. And surprisingly, especially given the current state of the UK, if you're familiar with the current state of the UK, it's quite bad at the moment in terms of people being anti-immigration, which, by the way, stupid. I'm very pro-immigration. And the older people were in more of a support of the UK being more multicultural than 21 to 29-year-old bracket, which was very surprising to me. I thought the older people would have less of an acceptance towards UK multiculturalism. That sounds a little bit rude, I think, to people, but that was just my assumption that that would be the case. But no, 21 to 29 had the lowest, I guess, expectation of multiculturalism within the London Monarchs, which I was surprised about. Right, also the game is about to kick off. for the second half. Here we go. Yeah, I'll be writing all about this soon. I think once I get my pass, hopefully my pass, I'll probably just put that. I'll just probably just release the document for if people wanted to read it. I think I'm allowed to do that. So if people are interested, they can just have that information. All right. Vienna Vikings. Back on the ball. Starting the second half. I feel like they left a little bit on the table in the last one. You know, they weren't scoring as easy as I thought they might be able to. They kind of got a few flags that saved drives. Granted, they were deserved flags, but still. First and 10. First play for the Vienna Vikings in the second half. It's going to be a run by Kari out the middle for a solid gain. There we go. It's what we want to see, more of their run game starting to get cooking, you know. We've not had the most success with the run game. They've had some moments, but overall, meh. I mean, you would assume your own papers. Yeah, I mean, I would agree. I would agree. We never know. You know, people, academics can be a little bit weird sometimes, but I think I should be fine. I'll put out the paper. I'll put out the numbers. I'll put out the charts. I'll make it all just a public doc. Yeah, I'll just put it as like a Google doc, and then whoever is interested to read it can. There's another run by Kari. Jump cut and first down. 5 more yards after the first down as well. Here we go. Well, I guess depends on the degree giver's opinion on it. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I think you're right. I'll maybe ask. It depends. If I get the pass, and I'll ask. If I get a fail, then no one's going to see that paper. It's a short paper. It's not like a 10,000 word one. It's only a 3,000 word paper. I've done 1,000 words of it already on the Van Westendorp PSM. Which, if you know about the Van Westendorp PSN, you have a certain expectation. It's a price model. So it's meant to be distinct, like having, you ask 4 key questions, and when you line up all the data, you have like a definitive X in the data, and that cross point is where you should have your perfect price for like a thing. My data didn't have that. There's a lot of reasons why, and I was able to write about that, but it's pretty interesting. Times change somewhat, but the older generation teach their children what to believe in. That's a good point. That's a good point. Oh, the short screen is stuffed. Nothing but I can stuff out. I don't know why he's not playing. Why he's playing until right isn't now. To be completely honest. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's a very good point. But you know, it's good. It's good to write about. It's good to discuss. Because I'm not sure if you see him, but a lot of people in England are putting the UK flag, the English flag up. It's like a sign of keep England English, which I just think is ridiculous. Ben Holmes going deep. He's got a step. He's open. Caught. No, dropped. Meyer. Bad drop. He had to catch that. That's a bad drop. Ben took a hit on that one as well. No, he didn't. She's alright. Oh, Meyer. Had to catch that. Had to catch. What's up, Ricardo? Still 14-14. Am I pleased? I study engineering but had economic subjects every semester. I'm scared of this. I actually... Oh! Why did he touch the ball? Almeida touches a punt and the ball's loose. I don't know what happened there. Hold on, Ricardo. I'll let you know in a second. I actually kind of like economics a little bit. If I could study a little bit, maybe like an undergrad, I probably might do economics maybe in the future. But so Almeida tries to scoop up the return, fucks it. The ball is loose. It looks like Vienna might be on it. Yeah, I do agree, but you know, maybe the ball don't lie. Maybe the Vienna are going to have it. Oh, they're going to say Nordic had it. Close. Very fortunate there for Nordic. Again, a stroke of luck there. Sorry, I forgot I didn't have the score up. That's my bad. There you go. There you go. My fault. My fault. That's on me. That's on me. Shit, just opened up the group chat by accident. Okay. Solar out with a couple yards in a run. Jadrian, hopefully, a ton of tape on that foot. Apparently someone said knee. I don't know, maybe knee. I stay with my beloved Gas and Steam and Jazz. Economics are too good, but not for me. I watched The Big Short yesterday and had a interesting time. Didn't understand all of it, but I don't know, I like business. I'm a good business person, I feel, and I love marketing. But I like creative marketing, not corporate, boring shit marketing. Third down. I feel like I'm a good marketer. Oh, one of my I thought of you, Ricardo, when I was doing one of my box points, because obviously me and you have discussed, we went back and forth with what we think of with certain things. And that was one of them that was like, I can't remember what it was for the life of me, but me and you were arguing about it, and the data came up that I was right, and I was like, I told Ricardo I was right, but I can't remember what it was, but that was pretty funny. Thought of you. 3rd and 9. Okay. Jadrian. Still looks a little hobbled. He's going to take a shot to those sidelines. Incomplete. Huzar finally gets a win on those out routes. 4th down. They needed that. Huzar needed to make a stop there, and he did. Fourth down, that's important, especially after the first. Are they going for it? Surely not. That's a good play there by Huzar. Nordic Storm going to punt. Good stuff. I thought for a second they were going for it. I was very confused. Punt's high. Gets it out there. It's a good punt, actually. Takes a favourable Nordic bounce inside the 20. We'll be down about the 18. Okay. Still 14-14. Vienna have a chance to go up by a touchdown. Maybe, if they get it. But they just need to, they need something. I feel like they need a big play. I thought they were going to have that with Meyer earlier when they got that big play. But it's not sparked it like I thought it would. Now that they got a chance. They haven't scored in a minute. Be really good to get on the scoreboard now, especially with Nordic being damaged by injuries. Also, I think anything with maths, though, is like fucked me in terms of engineering. Anything with algebra, not for me. Like, I like economics, and I know a lot of it is numbers. But, like, engineering numbers are just a different level of, like, confusing. A little pop pass towards Meyer, gets a couple yards. Second and 7. Let's just see him move the ball a little bit more consistently, Feels like a slow start to the second half. Both teams need a quick one. I do agree. We've still got 10 minutes left of this third quarter, so we're still very early days. So maybe Vienna just needed a drive to warm up. Outside to Horn, gets a first down. There we go. Needed that. It's 10 yards. Big time. Gets them a bit more space to play around a little bit more when they're outside their own 20. That's on Khaled. Not quick enough to come down to him. Khaled have called several times throughout the year. He wasn't a massive fan of some of the Vienna receivers. Do you think he could cover a lot of them? First down. Gonna be a run to Kari up the middle for 3 or 4. That's what they need. I think it's good. I like the way they're mixing in some of the runs. Oh my god, my skin's dry. Gee, I need some fucking moisturizer. Second and 6. I think just need to stabilize a little bit. Keep that running. Keep Kari, keep flow going. Those short passes are working well. It's opening up the defense a little bit for those deep bombs. There it is. There's those flat routes again. Beer bomber. First down. First down, beer bomber. Here we go. Needed that. He's had a solid game so far. Yeah, that's a big deal. He's such a mismatch offensively. Like, Duck is, what, 5'9"? Beer Bomber's, what, 6'6"? It's a big difference. I think Khaled is the tallest DB, and he's like 5'11". Another run by Kari for 4. If he's just consistently getting 4 yards, I think that's good. But they're going to list it as 3. If you consistently get 3 yards, not as good. But still, it makes it a little bit easier for the passing game. It softens up the team a little bit, gas them out. Especially that defensive line. But no Torre still. So maybe they're not the only ones with injuries, because no Torre's not been in the Eckenstoffer has been the guy. They've not had any of they've had a little bit of Schultz. I'm surprised not playing Schultz, maybe a more receiver in this game. There's a pass to Kari outside. He gets past Chad. Gets a first down. Nice patient play there by Kari. Chad actually slipped on the ground. Didn't take the best angle on Kari either. And slips again. The ground may be a little bit wet. Interesting. Out past the 50 now, Vienna too. Flows in the backfield. They're going to give it to him. He's going to go for a solid game now. Flow, about 5 yards. The running game's working. You know, it is actually doing good shit for them. Like, it is getting 3, 4, 5, 6 yards. And then they got the flats. They go Beer Bomber. They go Reese Horn. Both of those guys are big dudes. If they need to, they can hit the running backs out of the backfield too. They got Meyer. He can be the deep threat. You know, they've got such a plethora of options. They're going to go back to Flow. He gets a first down. Another couple yards after it as well. There we go. Big time. They're starting to move a little bit now. It's been a good drive for Vienna. I really like this drive. It's exactly what they need. I think that Nordic defensive front is getting a little bit more tired after every play. It's been a 4-minute drive. They're up near the 30 as well. So potentially could be in field goal range. Maybe. Uton's going to throw. Pump fakes. Going to go off his back foot to Flow. Wide open hole down the middle. Vegan in, walks in. Nicely done. Nicely done. Great touchdown. Great throw. Great drive. That is a perfect drive, honestly. Really good stuff. That was what they needed. Love that. That was exactly what they needed there. That was real nice. Great drive. Perfect. Okay, now let's see if they can keep it up. Let's see if they go for it. They are going to go for a kick. Redeem it. Come on, Tasik. Redeem. Ah, nailed it. There you go. Vienna could Get touring the Fool's Court. That would be really clever if they do that. I'd like to see them do that, potentially. But look at that. Great play there. Pump fakes. Looks for the screen. Did have the screen open. Decided not to go for it. Sees Vegan with a wide open alley. And scampers into the end zone, to use a John Mannon term. Scampers into the... I can't get the gravelly voice that John has, but like, jeez, what a play caller. So he's got one reception, 32 yards. He's got 25 yards on the ground. He's had a great game. Key moments as well, which is important. All right, 21-0. Sorry, what am I talking about? 21-14. Nordic with a compromised Jadrian with that knee, foot, leg injury. Taking a while to get back up. There's also a flag that's apparently been thrown. How was Jay doing in accuracy? 17 for 28, 195 yards, 2 touchdowns. It's that run there, man. And no Solorat has got 46 yards in the air. But like, Jadrian is the second longest run, the second most yards running game. If only given the ball to Kennedy once, got -1 yard. Solorat's going for less than a yard a carry. You know, they need more. And unsportsmanlike conduct on the Storm at the end of that one. I didn't actually see who it was on. It doesn't say a number, unfortunately. Oh, it was on the sideline. I wonder what the fuck they did to get unsportsmanlike on the sideline. Nevertheless, some free yards for Vienna, I guess. Right, let's get a kick in then, boys. I want to see them get back out. Ben Holmes has been spectacular today, though. 20 for 26, 195 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's had a couple drop passes too, because Meyer had a drop pass, Florian had a drop pass. It's like, even those 6 passes, you could take a couple of them and be like, oh, well, it should have been cool. Divine's been great in interception, 2 breakups. Doncour's got a sack. No, he didn't. Should have. I feel like Doncour had a sack. And a run game, 4.4 yards to carry by Kari, 5 yards to carry by Vegan. I think that's a big difference. They're able to actually mix it up. There we go. Kick goes out the back of the end zone. Alright, let's see what Nordic have got now then. This is when they need to reply a little bit, you know? Let's see what they got. Let's see how Jay looks, most importantly. Hopefully he's back to full, or at least can move a little bit. I know he's never been like a mover, but he can move in the pocket surprisingly well. Oh, Divine's awesome. Quick one out to Adria for a first down on a screen. That was nice. Adria's a mismatch too. I'm not sure if I'd say Divine is underrated. I feel like Divine is, he is rated properly. I feel like people know Divine's one of the best, if not top 3 or 4 in the league. But I get what you mean now. He is excellent. Don't get me wrong. I love Divine. I think he's great. He's on my list of people to invite to that combine in Switzerland. I'd love to see him try out for that. Jay passing again over the middle. Incomplete. That was a fucking laser beam there by Jadrian, but it just went through everyone's hands. Let's have a look at that one again. She puts fucking laser through Swanko got a touch now. Alright, I take it back. It was still a laser beam, but His takedowns got crazy, but makes me... Yeah, you're not wrong. That's fair. That's a good point. Yeah, don't worry though. I love Divine. I think he's a phenomenal player. Empty set for Jadrian on 2nd and 10. Some simulator blitz going to go outside to Almeida. Tackled hard, but kept onto the ball by the looks of it. 3rd down and something. 10? They're not going to say he caught that? Let's have a look. I thought he did, but he might have just had it bobbled out. Oh, yeah, he did, yeah. Dennis forced the ball out. Great there, play there by Amani. I've enjoyed watching Amani Dennis. He's been very good this year. 3rd and 10. This is a big time one. Ton of vertical options. Picked off again. Big play. But Moreno's not letting him go. I don't know why. Oh, was that Timmy? That was Timmy. Big time. I agree. That's big. Great play there by Timmy. Vikings got to try and secure this now. They got to try and score in this next drive. They can score in this next drive, go 2 possessions up, they'll feel a lot more comfortable. This is what they need. Jadrian's still limping. Alright, still got 51 yards to go though. His home short pass outside is incomplete to Reese Horn. I do think they need to score this though. They could take a lot of momentum. See what they got. Oof. Yeah, no, you're right. It's incredibly hard. I think you're spot on. Like you can compete with the Vikings for 3 quarters, but it's very hard to compete with them for 4. Paris did. They just ran out of steam. Oh my gosh! A broken play ends up in a big game. Was that by Shonette? No, it was by Kari. Oh my goodness. Broken play, but again, running backs are being so massive in Vienna's passing game right now. Holmes gets a ton of pressure, just sees Kari out the corner of his eye, lobs it to him. Great pass. Kari's in the right position at the right time. Gets a big gain, slips a little bit at the end. That field looks a little bit wet. I think it is. Yeah, it definitely is. Like you've seen a few players slipping and sliding. 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs. Big gain. Clock's still running. I think that's good for them. This gives less of a chance of a comeback. There's Ben going for a strike. Wide open. Touchdown, Vienna. Yannick Meyer with a score. What a baller Yannick Meyer is, by the way. Jeez. And we're going to be saying a lot about, like, oh, but Jadrian got hurt, da-da-da. Their defense has been shredded in this second half. Yeah, they've been using those corner routes a ton. And Meyer has been phenomenal. Other than that one drop, but still. And I think Tash has just kicked one. I kind of had the score sport for me before I've even seen it. But if it, by the looks of it, Tasik has scored again on the PAT. He's got it. There we go. See? You're all good. Vikings got it. No, I don't think too fast. They're still in the 3rd quarter. If it was in the 4th, I think you'd have a point. But they're still in the 3rd quarter, so... I think sometimes, especially off turnovers, you just got to score. Points off turnovers could be huge. Look at Ben's stats though, man. 22 for 29. 246 yards and 3 touchdowns. What a performance by him. Kari with over 100 combined yards. Meyer with 2 touchdowns. Jeez. Alright, so now Nordic back on the ball. Oh, big return by Almeida. He gets slung down before he gets to 50, but big return. They need to sound like that. Meyer's just a bad, bad man. Or maybe a horse collar at the end there, but anything can happen. Might be careful, but I think you're right. Yeah, I agree. It's 2 possessions is still definitely scoreable. But we will see. It really depends how Nordic command this drive. I don't think they need to rush it. You know, they've still got a lot of time. I don't want to see him start throwing the ball downfield for no reason. There's a great grab there by Steinhauer, the backup tight end from Baylor. Not seen a ton of him this year, to be completely honest. But a great grab there. I agree. Almeida's a problem, man. I'm a big fan of Almeida. Steinhauer, though. Look at that. Great grab. We'll see more Steinhauer maybe next season. I think we'll see more of him if Adria moves on. Adria's been here, there, and everywhere. So, great grab there by Botte. Oh! He dropped it, but it's okay. I think he had possession. I think that would count as a fumble and recovery. Maybe. We'll see. Let's have a look. Adrian into Bolio, who catch... Oh, they're not even going to... Okay, they're just going to keep it on going. Yeah, because Adria moves around a lot. Adria's never stayed at one team for more than a year. So if he moves on next season, maybe they stay with Steinhauer. Would be interesting to see. Solar out with another carry. They need to start using it. Oh, well, Lyman's stretching now. Not sure if that's Christensen. It is. That's not what you want to see. He is. That caught me off guard too, but apparently he's been playing the last couple of weeks. We just missed it. But I had the same thing. I was like, maybe he was on a snap count or something, but... Okay. Vienna are definitely able to take control if they just keep this buffer. Because eventually Nordic will have to become a little bit more desperate towards the latter half of the game if they're still down. Jay stepping back, going for a shot, wide open, Steinhauer. Or was it Fons? It was Fons. Baller. Oh my god, he's so good. My goodness, he's an absolute fucking weapon, isn't he? 20-yard touchdown there by Jay, beautifully put. Great pass there by Jadrian, just fucking rainbow ball, bucketed it in. Awesome play. Keeps him alive. Still down by 7. Indeed, they need to call some kind of turnover. They haven't had any of that yet. Pieti's no good. That's huge. Schutz is also playing. He is, but he's only been in for like a couple of plays. He hasn't had a ton of action. Good to see you though, Tyler. He hasn't had a ton of action. Look at that, great ball. Fon's just right place to receive the ball. Found the soft spot in the zone, that's what Jay does. You cannot play too much zone with Jay during because he's just going to start piecing it up. He scored 2 out of 3, man. Like, he scored the last 2. You cannot use that as an adjective. Alright. 8-point game. It was. You're right. 8-point game. I want to see Vienna using some more of that run game again like they did in the last drive. Not the last drive, the drive before. Just to try and maybe take us into the 4th. They run the reverse with shots on the special teams play. I guess that's the 25. Yeah. So I think here's my goals for Vienna this drive. Take it into the 4th quarter. That's just what I want to see. How they do it, I don't know. You know, a couple runs, few passes, take us into the 4th. They get a lead up by 8. They score in the 4th. They're up by 15. That'll be a big deal. Maybe you go for 16. Right, on the 25, motion by Bill Obama. Still no Torre. There's a run by Kari. Finds a hole, goes for 8. Exactly what they needed. Keeps that clock moving towards the 4th quarter. Keep moving and progressing down the field. Because then this would have been, honestly, kind of a perfect third for them. They caused an interception. They scored a couple of drives. It'd be real impressive. I'm not going to lie. Second and 2. Another handoff. Finds another crease. Still going. Dragged down. Just past the 45. Kari again. Big game for him. He's looking like maybe MVP of the week. What's he got now, total yardage wise? 128 yards and a touchdown. So yeah, he's been phenomenal. Shout out Kari, man. One of my favourite running backs in the league. I really feel like people judged him off of that final last season. They didn't watch as much tape as they could have during the year, but he's such a good running back. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. Here goes Flo again. Flo for a good gain. Gets out passes for a 7 yards. See, Flo holds the ball so high and he runs so high. But because he's like 5'6", his high is still like lower than everyone else. So his head's up. So we get to see exactly where he wants to go. It's weirdly genius. Like, look. Look how high he is, but his head's still up. So you can just see the space. I love it. It's great. 2nd and 3. There we go. So going into the 4th quarter now. They completed my request on that drive. Just kept the ball on the ground as well. 4th quarter. 28-20 in favor of the Vikings. We have ourselves a fucking ball game, people. Honestly, even Vegan could be in the running for like player of the game if he keeps on doing what he's doing. He's running a very similar clip to Kari. Yeah, he's a shorter dude. I won't want to meet him in the A-gap though. Dude would run me the fuck over. Yeah, how old is he? Yeah, because is he older than Flo or young than Anton or younger than Anton? I always forget. I actually can't remember who's older. I think Anton's older now. I should know that. I've known Anton for like 5 years. I knew Anton was still working in like his job before the ELF. That's crazy. Now that I think about it, I knew Anton before he was an ELF player. All right. Fourth quarter. It's been such a close game. Total yardage 321 for Nordic. 339. Anton's younger. Okay, that makes sense. I always forget because Anton retired first. My fault, Anton. Sorry, brother. Rush of the North's been abysmal. I agree. That's why I said in the pre-game show is that their running game is not being good this season. You know, they've had a ton of injuries, to be fair to them, but like, also I don't feel like they made the best adjustment when Tonga went down, because they got Jordan Gamma-Keith, who's a linebacker, and they played him at running back. I know he played a little bit of running back, but like, he's a linebacker. And then he got hurt. They brought in Solarat. I thought they could have brought in Andy Owusu. I think if they brought in Andy Owusu, I think they'd be winning right now. Or they'd be better than they are right now. Because you remember, Andy Owusu played a bit for Madrid, played a couple games while Selig was out, and then left because his contract ran out. Selig came back. So he could have went straight to Nordic, but no. I don't know why they didn't do that personally. Refs, they were a little bit Nordic biased at the start, I'm going to be real. They've got better though. But they started off pro-Nordic for sure. But they've been better. They haven't been throwing very many flags, if I'm going to be honest. Which I think is best. In playoff football, you need to be a little bit less flag happy. You got to let the boys play a little bit more, I feel, in the playoffs. You don't want to let a team lose because you threw so many flags, or win because you threw so many flags. Kari somehow doesn't make that a loss of 5. He makes that like a loss of 1. That's Hugo de Hirol going through the middle there for a good tackle. Just wrapped Kari up. Got there well. It's 3rd down now. This is big. There's a flag though. I literally just gave praise. So I'm bringing out conspiracy here about rescuing. They got 2 penalties on Vienna 9. Yeah, that's kind of mad actually. Oh, face mask. Alright, there we go. Face mask. I didn't actually see that the first time. Let me have a look. Oh, yeah, actually, fuck me, yeah. Yeah, I didn't even catch that the first time, but yes, absolutely a face mask. 1st down and 10, 3:15 there for Vienna. That's going to help a lot, especially towards getting them towards that field goal range and the potential of making a 2-score game. 10 now, there you go. There's a handoff to Kari. Goes nowhere on that one. A little bit pushy at the end, I think, for a few people there, but it's all good. Keeping the ball on the ground, which I like. Keeping that clock moving, keeping efficient, keeping effective. Opening up potential holes for that big shot. It's always funny to see a tall quarterback looking tiny next to the offensive line. You know, Ron, like Jadrian's a pretty big dude too. Like Jadrian's about my height. But then next to Sven, for example, like I'm a fairly tall person. If you've ever met me, me and SH have met each other. I'm like 6'2". I'm about 190, 200 pounds. Next to Sven, I look like a fucking child. Next to Alexander Milanovic, I look like a fucking child. Third and 2 for Vienna now. And then we got a run here coming. There's no flow, which I'm surprised about. They get flow to be a battering ram on this one, but they're not. The line of Nordic is very heavy. You got a lot of guys in that line. It could be bad. They're going to pass it. Short out. There you go. Beer Bomber open for another one. He looks great right now. Borderline unstoppable player. I don't know how you guard Florian without, like... Obviously, tight ends, if you have a good tight ends, that always a mismatch. They're so big, they're just stronger, they're more athletic than most. Especially with Florian. I don't think you have a guy on Nordic that can match up well with Florian wherever you go. Honestly, yeah, like, Milanovic's a big fucking dude. Was he 6'5", 6'6"? You got, like, Victor Stoffel, who I think is, like, 6'8". There's Ben again, going outside for himself. Gonna take off. Don't get another late hit. They got another late hit. No flags for that one. That was close. I feel like that could have been a late hit there. I don't know why why Nordic keep doing that. Maybe a bit of frustration boiling over. I feel like that could have been a late hit potentially. That was one of those ones that was like close. It's because he kind of bumped it with his chest rather than hit it with his arms. But like, you know, get borderline. Second and 7. There's a handoff to Flo. Out the middle, spins off the contact well for a good gain. Yeah, you just don't need to. 3rd and 2. They're taking a good amount of time off the clock. I like what they're doing now, Vienna. I think they'd be very, very good on this drive. Look at Flo, though. Spinning off that contact. Man, I love Flo. He's great. 3rd and 3, they call that. Kari in motion to the other side. They switched them over. Ooh, incomplete. Chad gets a hit on Holmes. He's trying to throw the ball. They're in 4th and 3 now. First down. Probably not coming here for the offense. I think they're going to get the kicking team out. This is a risk though, but they are up by 8. They are going to trust Fantastic. SH, cover your eyes. Yeah, we're going to have a theory yada. Cover your eyes, SH. Ball's fumbled! No! Oh, man! Ball was fumbled. It wasn't actually Tastic's fault at all. Bad snap. Bad hold. Oh, man. That's a get off. That's effectively a turnover for them. Well, it is a turnover. It's a turnover on downs. Oh my god. Oh my god. This game's been wild as advertised. Okay, so Nordic need to do something now then. They need everything there. Now this is yeah, not the kicker's fault, that one. I'm sure even SH will give him a pass on that one. Yeah, special teams not be the best for them, but that was unlucky, to be fair. It was, well, not unlucky, it was poor, but Alright, 11 minutes. Nordic need to do something out of this. They need to do something now. Alright, here we go. Offense coming back on the field in a minute, surely. Dude, could they wait a while? I'd like to see the offense back on now, please. There's a little wait day, like downtime, you know, when you're watching on TV, I suppose. But like, right, here we go. We're looking at the huddles. They got loads of time. They don't need to rush this at all. Can be Sooty kicking it. To be fair, Sooty's cooking it. Maybe it goes wrong. He could definitely be a better tackler. Let's see what they got though. They might hold strong. Defense has been looking better. But eventually maybe we'll get the offense. There we go. First down. Adrian stepping back, going for a shot already over the middle. That's a good catch there by Green. Oh, that's starting off firing. They said, fuck it, we ain't going to be settling for short yardage. It's a first down, a big gain. Great catch. Not a good tackle there by Ben, I can't lie. Luckily Swanko was there to carry it up. First down, that's when the crowd need to get loud. I like to see a return against. Oh, fuck that. My goodness. There's a flag. The ball does get out to Fons for a loss of 1, but there was a flag. Let's see what that was about. Maybe a holding. Maybe. I feel like that was maybe a holding there, unlucky. Didn't quite see with that camera angle too much, but I think that's a hold. We will soon find out. There we go. First down, but that's big time. In fact, it's lost big chunk of yardage now already. Dude, sending them back. Inside their own 20 now. Short screen to Bolio was teased. Pressure. Oh, Jay gets out of one of them. He's orchestrating deep. Gets it off short to Adria. Great play there by Adria. Great play there by Jadrian. Fuck me. Jadrian deserves some flowers for getting out of that. Lucky just shreds Adria, but maybe kind of fine because then Adria was free to get the reception. Yeah, you know what I mean? And Jay's very mobile. Jay can get out sacks very well, but like, you know, you'd expect to at least get one of them, especially with all these opportunities they've had. They've been close. 2nd and 12 now. Jadrian short to Almeida. He slips. 3rd down. Clock keeps ticking. Jeez, a bit of a fucking glitch there in the Matrix. Alright. Clock keeps moving. 3rd down. 8 minutes out. They've already taken a few minutes off of this already. Yeah. We've seen a few people slip and it is wet. But it's wet for both teams, you know. In fact, the Danish should probably have a bit of an advantage when it comes to wet. Oh man, 3rd down again. He let him convert. Fons this time. They keep letting them convert. Every time on third down, they just let them get it. This is getting bad for Vienna. These third down conversions is too much. Kinda, yeah, honestly. I think he is. Like, with the third downs, Vienna need to stop leaving the middle of the field so open. Yeah, agreed. There's Jadrian step back, taking a shot to curl out wide open again is Fons. Hussar is not having a good day, I'm not going to lie. Fons again with the reception. Bolio's been quieter in the second half, but Fons has been awesome. Oof. It's got to be better, man. Got to get to these spots faster. Stop leaving this so open in the middle. All bit there by Bolio. Sacked! Big sack by Lucky. This is why it's DPOY, people. He's drilled. Oh my god, my goodness, Lucky's so good. He wasn't nominated for Defensive Player of the Year. He wasn't nominated for Defensive Player of the Year. He wasn't even nominated for Defensive Player of the Year. Second and 16. They needed that again. Clock is still moving. There's a snap. Jadrian pressured again. Gets the play off to Kennedy, but it's no gain. And again, because that catch was caught, the clock actually keeps moving, which is honestly not very good for them. It's going to go over under 6 minutes now. 3rd and 16. I think they're going to go for it no matter what happens, really, aren't they? That's a great rip there by Schaefer. Jadrian went ass over tit. 2nd and 16. Jadrian stepping back. Pressured again. He rolls out. There is a flag. He takes a shot deep to a wide open man. It was dropped by Fons, but there is a flag. I think there's a flag anyway. I don't think it would have counted. Let's have a look. Hands to the face and a holding on Lucky. Yep. Hold on Lucky. Wouldn't have mattered. Fourth down and long here. We're going to have to go for it with 5 minutes left. 4th and 16. I swear to fucking God, if they leave the middle wide open again, I'm going to flip the fuck out. They cannot leave the middle open. 4th and 16. This is it for them now. Kennedy switches sides. Doncroft the edge. Megan Jadrian. He steps up. Ball's incomplete. Alright, now Vienna need to just run the rock. They run the rock, they'll be fine, but turnover on downs, that might be it for Nordic. Okay, now Vienna just need to hold firm. Nordic do have all their timeouts. They probably will get another chance here. You've got to at least take this into 2-minute warning. Run that ball. There goes Kari for a first down. Gives them a little bit of space. Gets them into their half. That's important. Oof. I'm nervous now. I'm gonna cash out. I don't know actually. I think he might have been. Honestly, don't know. I'm gonna cash out on my my ones. I think. Take my wins and leave. It must be so easy for the Vikings. I agree. I'd love it to be a high scoring game. The score stays under the same or a field goal. Dang, should have bet. Tom Marcus under 51. Yeah, I mean the betting lines have definitely improved out through the rest of the year, haven't they? They started off so like off with what was it? Fucking Raiders by like +6 against Cologne was like one of the original ones. Insane that was even a thing. I wish I put a fucking house on that, honestly. Alright. I've cashed out now. I'm good. I made 30 quid. About 30 quid. Nothing crazy, but the bet lines obviously went to. I got like 30 on Vienna to win. I got like 15 back. Like the odds were not great. They are, but I took it. I had a feeling that maybe I had a Vienna to win and I had like -2.5. And I feel like they could still win by more than that. But they might get like a small, they might not get a field goal. And then Nordic have like a late drive. 3rd and 5 now. See, this is what I'm thinking. So I'm cashed out now. I'm good. Third and 5 though. Tomorrow. So I've gone back and forth. Honestly. Ooh. Well, see, now I'm happy I cashed out now. See, I'm good now. I'm very happy I cashed out. Oh my god, the relief. I actually think I've went back and forth. Surge, I think, maybe by 1.5. I don't know. Surge are a 1.5 favorite. But I'm really not like 100% with that one, to be completely honest. Well, what do you? I'm interested actually. I don't know. I might leave that one. I might make like an adjustment bet on that, and not bet anything on the start, and then see where like the flow of the game goes. Yeah, tomorrow's so hard. Money on the surge. Vikings. Yeah, they get a little bit complacent. You're not wrong. Yeah, tomorrow's game is so difficult. Actually, don't know. Like I went for the surge on one of the like ELF prediction. I went for Munich, and on the network I think I went for surge. So I'm covering all bases. That was honestly I go back and forth. Yeah, Vikings punt away. Fair catch called for by Almeida. They're going to have 4 minutes to go up. They could definitely still do this. Now that I've cashed out, I'm fine. Sudi punted for 30 yards. That was a good punt. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, that was a good punt by Sudi. He's a good punter. And he's a good D-tackle. Right, they got 4 minutes to basically go the entire length of the field. And then also score 2 points. Here we go. They gotta go 81 yards. No, they haven't. They gotta go like more than that. Jadrian pressured. in his own end zone. Gets the throw off. Fuck me, he caught that. Jacob Green with a hell of a catch. Fuck me. What a ball, what a catch. Look at the mobility there by Jay. Somehow doesn't get sacked. Great. Fucking hell, what a throw. Oh, he didn't catch it. My fault. My fault. He didn't catch it. I hyped it up. I hyped it up. It actually wasn't it wasn't a catch. 4 minutes, 1 second. How many times has Jason thrown the ball in this game? 44 times. Jeez. That lack of run game is certainly been the... Oh, cheeky little stroke on Doncourt. Did you see that? Little hand on the area there. It's the same. Jeez, that's a personal block there. It's amazing, man. It's so good. Fair. That's fair. But you gotta remember, I'm watching it on a small screen, you know. If I had my TV, it'd be a bit different. Alright, 2nd and 10. They're back on the field. They need something there. See? Yep. 3? 2, no? Jay again. And more pressure. Rolls out, unleashes a bomb. Dropped again. Rodeo drops it. Now it's 3rd down and 10. To be fair though, although they're not getting sacks, they are causing pressure, which is leading Jay to have to throw off platform. So, although statistically, but they are making Jay very, very have to, be uncomfortable. So at least it's doing something. Fawns has been great, yeah, no doubt. 3rd and 10. Jay takes the snap. More pressure. It wasn't sacked, but awfully close. By Doncourt. Alright. Great, yeah. Especially in the second half, they've been really good on defense. The pressure of the line is just so good. I said in the pre-game about how important this defensive line was going to be. I also said that Nordic's offensive line is the worst out of all the playoff teams, and I feel like that has been correct. 4th down, they are going to punt. Honestly, it does make sense. They can try and stop, maybe cause some kind of turnover. It's a great punt. Wow. Able to return it for a couple yards, but yeah, but that one that wouldn't have counted anyway because it was a holding, so it wasn't really a real drop because it never would have actually went through. Unless you're thinking about something else, maybe, I'm not sure. A different moment, perhaps. 67-yard punt, great job. Alright. 1st down, Vienna. More runs, and more runs. And then finish it off with some more runs. And then you're in the final for the 2nd year in a row. Potentially playing Stuttgart or Munich. Which is going to be such a good game that we'll be streaming tomorrow, obviously. There's a run by Kari. Out the middle for a couple. Nothing crazy, but Nordic are going to have to start using the timeouts very quickly. It's going to be close. Still no Torre. Good point. Maybe they're resting him for the final. I guess they don't need to play him right now if they're going to be trying to just run the ball out. They're resting him potentially for the final game. Possibly. Surge may show up to a different level tomorrow than last week, but have to clean up many mistakes. I do agree. Of course, we didn't see Munich last week, so it'd be interested to see how they do it. And then the adjustments for Surge and Munich. They've won each. Surge arguably should have won both games because they just made mental mistakes, like we said. Kari manages to get a yard out of that. I don't know how. I think I'm favouring Surge to win. The more I think about it, the more I'm favouring Surge. Which could be controversial, I'm aware. It's a tough one though, isn't it, you know? Just can't get my head away from Surge, just bottle it in the playoffs. So that's what I'm thinking too. Like, Riley played last year, of course they had the lead, they should have won that game, and it just didn't happen. And then Surge in the final, last year, not last year, the year before also, just, you know, they didn't really arrive on defense. They got shredded in all honesty. Was it like 50 odd points they allowed? So Surge in the playoffs is questionable. You don't really know. We don't know what we're gonna get. It's a very, very, very odd team in the playoffs, so I am excited for that one as well. We don't really know what Munich will look like in the playoffs. We haven't really ever seen him being there that much, especially Russell Tabor. Ben Holmes is sacked. 4th down. I don't know about that call, personally. I guess they just tried to pick up a big chunk of yards for me trying to get the 1st down, but let's see about this punt. 4th and 19, but the clock is still moving. They got 1, 2, and 1, and they got hold up though. That was a good blitz. Very big play there by Chad. Huge stack, because it brought him back a long way too. Punt's low. He just back off. Was that a rough and a kicker? Oh, and he touched the ball. Almeida did it again. Oh my God, Almeida, stop doing that, brother, please. No flag on. Was there a flag on the kicker? There should have been. On bench straight, he hit the planted leg. Ooh! Glenna's been... Oh my God. Fuck me, what? That was, that looked like it fucking hurt. Jesus Christ. Yes, it was. He hit the planted leg and he hit it fucking hard. It's a fucking massive fucking foul. You want to name it what you want, that's a massive foul. Now Chad's sack is, you know, that massive play is effectively over now. Right, run the ball now, Vienna. Because, I'm not gonna lie, Glenda's had 2 massive flags that maybe have cost his team the game in this one. Because he had that PI. He gave him a fresh set of downs on like 3rd and 16. And then absolutely thunder cunted the punter's leg. Wow. Keep hold of the ball now, Kari. We're all good. I'll take us a 2-minute warning. Fuck me. This will be a good game now. We wanted a good game. Oh, brother, Jonathan. You're usually very good with the flags. That's a clear flag. Usually you see the flags like that quicker than the referees do, but that one was very obvious. Glenn is overrated, keeps saying it. I don't think he's an all-star. I think he's a good player. I don't think he's as good as like a Raheem Wilson at when he plays safety or Fettig. But you know, I think he's a solid player. No, it's definitely a bad one. Yeah. Nitz and Guy, that's a fun matchup. Yeah, you can name the foul whatever you want. It was definitely a foul. Whatever you want to name it, you want to name it roughing, you want to name it running, you want to name whatever. Definitely a foul. The plant leg was absolutely drilled. So definitely a foul. That's the main point. You know, it's the planted leg. If it's the outstretched leg, I don't think it's a foul. But if it's the planted leg, it is. Man, I was really excited to see Nitz versus Guy now that you mention it. Honestly, there's a ton of matchups there. Alright. We can finish it off with this one. He's got to keep that rock running, and they will be going to the championship game. My phone's now blowing up about that block, by the way. I've had a few separate messages. Yeah, exactly. I mean, his knee looked like it fucking got destroyed. He went down like a ton of bricks, and given Ben's been injured for a bit this year, that's worrying. Hopefully he's alright. Hopefully he doesn't need to see the field again in this game. Because it's 2nd and 4, and Nordic have no more timeouts. 1 first down, it's over, and it's 2nd and 4. See it out, gentlemen. Cover goes nowhere. 3rd down. But clock moving, you know, same thing I've been saying. Still need only 1. I mean, if they don't even get the next one, it is a 4th down. Then Nordic are going to only have about a minute. Which is possible with Jadrian on the field, you know, but not advantageous. Milanovic's back in. Shaunae's back in. Big formation. 3rd and 4. Here we go. This is it. First down, it's over. Absolutely. There's the run. It's done. It's over. Vienna Vikings get the first down. What a performance by the running game. Wow. I think Kari's got to be MVP of the week for this one. Gee, we have our first championship team. Ladies and gentlemen, the Vienna Vikings are going to the ELF Championship again. 3 finals in 4 years for the Vikings. Just pure quality. I agree. What a fucking team. What organization, what coaches, what players. Wow. Right, let me go on the ELF Instagram. Let's Let's have a gander over. Wait for it to refresh. Vienna Vikings, just quality. Alright. It's been fun, people. I'm going to go watch Ohio versus Texas. I'm not going to do that on stream because I want to eat food while I'm doing it. But also I'll be looking at maybe some players to maybe do some future evaluations on, you know. It's been fun. Hope you guys are good. I'll see you tomorrow. Honestly, this game was fucking spectacular. We can talk about it tomorrow morning. Let me just wait for the post to go up. Nordic wins are fully healthy? Nah, I disagree with that. You remember Vienna weren't playing some of their best players too. I don't think the Nordic are as good as Vienna. I just think on any given day. No disrespect, you know. They're a great team. But Vienna are just different. God, the cost of midnight. You say we want about them being in the East and weak, but they have real quality. 100%. Definitely a very talented team. Yeah, Ricardo was he was a big guy on Vienna. He knows how good they are. He's got to watch them 2 times a year. That's huge for them though to get that win. Back to the championship game. Good to have them back. I'd like to honestly see them go all the way a little bit. I feel like it would be a nice storyline to see them go all the way. What a fucking talented team they are. An incredible team. The scoreline post still isn't up though. Where's my scoreline post? Alright. Nevertheless. Different, but only won by 1 score with Nordic missing key players. True. True. That's a good point. But again, Nordic won in well, you know, they won the only one thing. Texas win, I'm going to go. I actually don't know who's going to win that game. I'm not too informed. You reckon? Well, maybe next year they'll have a chance to avenge that, you know? That'll be interesting. But I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Been a pleasure as always. I'll see you guys at 2 o'clock on my time. Should be some good games. Final predictions. I'm going to go for the Stuttgart Surge to win. I think they overcome. And I think they get back to the championship game. But we'll see tomorrow. Pleasure as always. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.